No patience in the kitchen.
Listen, in the kitchen, that's tough though.
It is.
It's tough.
But you can make it easier, like if you're a home cook, you know, because I'm a home cook. Like I grew up cooking.
Right.
You know, my family's from the South, so you're going to learn to cook.
Right, you got to.
Like it or not, you're going to learn. You know what I noticed? Even the men know how to cook, though.
They do. If you think about, you watch sports?
I love watching sports.
You watch like the Eagles? You watch the whole Super Bowl?
I missed it.
Okay. So, you know, all the girls, they love, what's his name? Hurts, Jalen Hurts.
Oh, yes.
And then,
I know who he is.
So, but guys like him, you know, it's all about football, but he cooks, though. He cooks.
See?
Things. And a lot of times you see that from like Southern men, for the Southern women too. It's like
I don't really have. There's not a man in my family, even the generations after me, that did not grow up cooking, that don't know how to cook. All the men know how to cook.
Right.
Like they all know how to cook. Because that's the way it just is, you know. And my uncle, God rest his soul, he was the one that told me that the women were making candied yams wrong. And I said, oh, I got quiet because I'm like, you gonna say that right here? They right there. Like, you know they can hear you, you know. He was like, I don't care, but they're wrong. And he was like, this is what you're gonna do.
Right.
And he told me what to do. As soon as I came back from South Carolina, I got in the kitchen and I said, I'm going to do exactly what he said and see how it turns out. Oh my God.
It was fire.
It was a candied yam.
By the way, what you want to drink?
Whatever you have.
I think I got water. Of course, I got like this sugar-free Minute Maid. I got Sprite.
I can take some water.
I got ginger ale. You want water? Okay. You want warm, room temperature or?
Cold if you have it.
Okay, I got you. Oh, also too, your I don't know if you want it a little bit after, but your cake's up here.
Oh no, don't worry, I know about the cake.
Yeah, so I got it in aluminum foil.
Oh no, now that was the thing that helped me get it together. I was crying and I was like, I can't do this today. And I'm coming apart. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is going to be cake.
Listen.
Your cake is my favorite cake ever.
We ain't about to, you can't have a full sad day around me. And listen, you are the one where I'm like, you know what, I really got something here with this cake. Because I made some.
That cake is,
I made some yellow cakes with caramel icing, but there's something about the way I made it this recently. When I gave it to you.
I don't even know how you get it to taste like that.
You know what my dad told me, and this really helped me out. He's someone where he's just like DeMarcus was trying. He's like, it's the way in which the cakes are moist. And a lot of people have been telling me that.
Because you can put it on the floor if you don't mind. Now baking, I said I wanted to up my game baking. There's one thing that I make that is beyond legendary. My sweet potato pie. But I can't bake anything else. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Is it
And sweet potato pie is very detailed. And you got to really get that right.
You know, I made it for the first time. I did one regular, and then I did one vegan. I did it for a Friendsgiving for the first time. People was tearing it up.
I don't know how you even.
There's something that helps me too. You know, with the AI stuff nowadays as well, it can help. It makes it easier because when you're trying to think about things that you want, you're able to create it in the way that you want. So if I want a little bit more Southern style versus having it, kind of regular, I can kind of, spice it up. And for me, I'll see the ingredients. But I'll do it in the way that I want to. So I may go on Pinterest and see like an idea, and then I'm gonna craft it in my own way.
I don't know how you all do that. My cousin is fully vegan. Her and her husband, both, and she knows how to make vegan dishes taste amazing. See, and you wouldn't even know it was vegan unless she told you. Oh my God!
See, that's a craft. Because trying to do that shit is terrible.
No, it really is. It's hard. You know, I order from Zen all the time, right? It's a great place. Have you ordered from them? It's a vegetarian spot right on Flatbush, right before you get your key food on Flatbush, between Woodruff and Caton.
So it's right before that.
It's literally right there.
Before the meat market.
I'm trying to visualize. Like, yes, it's right like in that, like, because there's the meat market and then there's this trashy. No, it's almost in the middle of the block, but not. But you can't miss it if you go down that side of the street.
Okay.
Right? Because there's a big sign out front that says Zen. Mm-hmm. They make very delicious food. So the girl who works at Divino down the block, she told me, you got to try the carrot cake. Like it's all that. Like, I said, okay, now I don't play when it comes to my desserts. Like, I'll let you glide on a meal I might not be crazy about, but not dessert.
Dessert, you got to be on point.
Well, yeah, because this is how I think about dessert. If I'm going to potentially gain a pound or two, it has to be worth it.
Oh, I'm going to be pissed off if I eat some trash food.
Oh, my God. Don't it make you angry? So, this is so delicious. Eat like...
I'm glad you teared it up.
Like, if you can get me on a veggie... I think my dream man is a chef. I might have to... Because I watch those shows, those cooking shows. Mm-hmm. I can't watch them a lot because I get hungry.
Right.
Because the way they, like, the ingredients they're putting in, the way it looks when they get it. Like, I'm like, okay. Mm-hmm. So I go get this carrot cake. It was the worst thing I ever tasted in my life.
This all about...
At Zen. Their food, amazing. Amazing food. Vegetarian. And they became very popular in the neighborhood in a very short time because we have all these Caribbean restaurants, but their vegetable game is trash.
Yeah, macaroni shit.
It's not macaroni. I learned something from my Caribbean friends. Here's why it's trash. Because they call it macaroni pie.
Yeah, it don't be...
So the cheese is just laying there by itself on the top. It's just laying on the top. It's not blended. It's not in the recipe. And you didn't even use good cheese.
That's how the white people in the South, but they just slap the slice of cheese on top of it.
What?
But it was funny that you say that because, and I'll make sure we get started so I can ask you your questions. The funniest thing is, whenever I first had it, I was like, shit ain't.
Like, this is.
And so I was telling you about that one spot that's in Brownsville that I ordered from. I kid you not. I was on, there's times when I'm cooking. Mm-hmm. Well, I cook for a while, I won't eat out. Especially like right now, I'm trying to get myself together. But then there's some moments where I just have an eat out crave because I want somebody else to cook for me.
Right.
This soul food spot, I mean, this fluctuated, but it was the closest thing. And then that spot called Lighthouse up in Harlem.
Okay.
The closest thing I can get to a Southern mac and cheese.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm eating the shit out of it because I'm just like,
yeah,
it's the closest.
You found a spot. Yeah. What's the name of that spot in Bed-Stuy?
It's Is that Brownsville in Bed-Stuy?
Yeah. No, Brownsville and Bed-Stuy bump up against each other. What street is it on?
Let me see. It's called Rochdale's.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, let me see what streets it's on.
We have a wasteland on this side of town of, really good soul food.
That's what I've heard. They all Southern based.
But in this neighborhood, it's all Caribbean.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get half a pound of rice.
Yep.
With whatever choice, and then you're gonna get that shredded cabbage shit, which I detest.
Listen, the craziest thing, it's on Rutland Road.
Oh, Rutland, okay.
Mm-hmm. The craziest thing is, it's funny that you said that about the rice and stuff. Even when you think about like Mexican food and stuff here, and even the Caribbean food, the way they do it in the South is different.
Yes, it is.
Because even when you have tacos and quesadillas, this up here ain't touching nothing.
Nope.
The Italian food, I mean,
that's why I like Gino's right there on the corner of Lincoln and Flatbush. I vouch for them.
Somebody else said Gino's the other day.
I vouch for them. But you got to make sure it's the right one because it's like 3 or 4 Gino's. Mm-hmm. And if you type it in on Google, 3 or 4 are going to come up. Mm-hmm. But this one is right there, like directly across the street from the Mexican spot. sidebar, that food in there is good. That Mexican spot. Mm-hmm. Oh.
Right next to Gino's?
Right next to Lincoln Market.
Okay.
You know how it looks like one, but it's actually two restaurants?
And this is in this area?
Yeah, that's right there. If you go to Lincoln Market, you have to pass those Mexican restaurants. It's on the same block as Lincoln Market.
So Lincoln Market that's a little bit further down past the butcher shop, past Zim.
No, completely different direction. Like if you go straight down.
Look it up.
Which way do you walk when you go to Lincoln Market?
So I got to make sure. That's the thing. I be getting my stuff mixed up. So Lincoln Market that's where they have is it a market you go inside of it?
Yeah. And they've got a little bit of everything in there. And also, this stuff is really good because they're Mediterranean.
Okay.
So you get a lot of like seasons and spices that you can get because it's Mediterranean. So you get different things.
Right.
You know, when I make mac and cheese, I can get all kinds of really good cheeses because they have really good cheese.
Okay, so so I don't think I've went that far. It's right there by McDonald's.
Wait, no.
This is not on Lincoln Road. I mean,
it's on Lincoln Road.
Oh no, it's doing this way. It's up there by the. Oh, okay, it's right there by Prospect Park. Mm-hmm. No, I've never been in there.
You got to go in there. You got to go in there.
It's just a food mart?
It's a supermarket, but it's a better supermarket because everything there is. There's nothing you can go in there for that you won't find.
I wonder if it's how they doing, like they got like the Brooklyn market over there too by Smith Street. I forgot what it's called.
I think this is different because, like I said, the family is Mediterranean. Mm-hmm. They're Mediterranean. So with Mediterranean culture, they really bring the best of what their culture is and marry it with, you know, like what you can get here, mm-hmm. you know. But it is a whole other like story there. You got so many exotic things there. You know, like I found an olive oil that was like amazing and not pricey. It wasn't a big bottle because they make it in small batches, this particular company. Mm-hmm. So it's like a 10-ounce bottle, but it's Mediterranean olive oil. What a different taste. What a different taste.
Speaking of that, actually, the new olive oil that I got from Pioneer, they had like they got a Mediterranean version, and I think they have it might have been an Italian version. The Mediterranean version I use in a lot of my foods.
Right?
Fire.
I will say, you know, the whiter the neighborhood got, the better Pioneer got, because it wasn't worth it to them before to spend a lot of money on different things because it wasn't the clientele for it.
Then our people sometimes, you know,
we will take anything. No matter what anybody throws at us, we will complain about it and we'll just take it.
Mm-hmm. We getting too much good content.
All right.
We didn't even start.
All right. Okay.
So I named it The Life of a Multifaceted. Mm-hmm. And the reason, make sure you're still on. The reason that I did that is because I'm someone that's multifaceted, and I wanted to be able to have a platform, especially when it comes to podcasts, and just being able to talk about my life and kind of put my own story out there. Mm-hmm. So I kind of do it on YouTube and stuff a little bit now, and then Instagram. But this guy that I met on social media, his name's Coach Drew, and you probably would even like his content. But he like was teaching people how to do like podcasts, and he also was teaching people, you know, how to just was helping them with life, because now he's trying to be training to be a therapist.
Oh, wow.
And going back to school.
I think I ran across him last week. Like, you know how things pop up in your feed?
You may have. Yeah.
And I think he popped up in my feed, and I was like, oh, let me put a pin in that. He seems interesting.
Because he has like a lot of dope content. He's somebody too that's like, even when it comes to, you know, getting your brand and stuff out there, like he's someone this is great to talk to about that.
Because we need the help. Like, how is this done, you know?
Exactly. And he made it simple. So I did he had like this course, and I think he may have just been charging like $10, $15 for it. I said, let me go ahead and do it. And he made it super simple. And so while I've been low key, I'm like, let me just go ahead and do it. I've been having this blue mic that I had. I had it for like 2 years. It was sitting over in my old apartment complex when it was there. I said, man, let me go ahead and just take it out. Right. So I've been utilizing it. You know, I'm still trying to figure out the audio completely, but the biggest thing was just recording and posting it. So for the life of a multifaceted, whenever I get a chance to get back on social media and post this one, people be able to see this live episode. So, so this is the life of a multifaceted.
I like this.
And this is episode, technically it would be, I believe it's 18 for me. If not, I have to get it right.
Wow, you've been really at it.
Yeah, so I've been, locked in. So this is episode 18, and my guest today is Miss Cindy.
Oh my God,
Miss Precenda.
Because that's my brand name.
Precenda.
Precenda.
So I got to make sure I said this. Miss Cindy's just for me.
Yes.
Precenda Griffin.
That's when I know we fam, when I hear Miss Cindy.
Yes, absolutely. I got to make sure that I'm respectful as well too. So the
That's why I love you.
Yeah,
because you're always like that. I so appreciate it. Like
Yeah.
So
for y'all out there, just getting a chance to see Precenda right here. She's definitely been a great person through in and throughout just my time being here, and it's definitely made the experience very joyful. And it's one where we're not back home. Even though I'm not a big fan of being back in Kentucky like that, because it's so small. You always look for areas where you can find people that are make it feel like home. And so it's been a great experience. You always look out for me every time we have conversations. It's always great. So
you make me feel that way too, though.
Really?
When I run into you, on the sidewalk, because we do our sidewalk catch up.
We do.
Right? And I love that, right? Because sometimes you don't have the time to actually sit down with an extended time to really talk, because we're all doing so many things.
Right.
And, even though social media has made it easier to put out what we do, it still doesn't mean that we don't need help with the best way to do this.
Right. Yep.
So the sidewalk catch up for me is like, okay, I can check in and see how you're doing, And I think one of the first things I said to you was, when I ask you how you're doing, I really do mean, how are you doing?
Right. No, because you ask further questions. You really try to see
I want to know
what's going on. I know for me, when you asked me that at first, a lot of times it's we was already given the high energy and stuff from the jump, and then sometimes once you're getting to know more, and then especially at a time where somebody's listening, it throws you off, because you're like, hey, this person really wants to know.
Like really listening.
Really listening. For me, I was like, I don't mind, because I'm a person that doesn't mind sharing those type of things.
Right.
Especially because, if you're at a point to where you may need something, you got to figure out who you can, reach out to.
Who are you going to talk to?
Exactly. So when we have those conversations, like for me, it was like, hey, this time when we're sitting there talking, it'd be 2 hours.
We've done that. Yeah. More than once.
Yeah, and I know I can talk.
Who's trying to call me? Is that an alarm reminding me to do something?
I think it was cousin Valerie.
Oh, that's what she's looking for me. It's my birthday.
You want to talk about it?
No, I'm going to holler at her after.
Okay.
So
before we, I want to make sure y'all know what we're doing today. So today's your actual birthday.
Yes, it is.
So today is Precenda's birthday. You don't have to say your age, but
I never do, and I can tell you why. But finish.
Okay, so Precenda here. So today's her birthday. Make sure y'all wishing her a happy birthday. Y'all probably see this later, but if you get a chance to see her, hopefully you're able to tell her, how great of an experience was watching this video. This is the life of a multifaceted. I believe, as I said, it's episode 18. I'm gonna get it together to make sure I have all the dates and everything right. But for her birthday, what she wanted your boy to do is to make her a dinner. And so she wanted a steak dinner. And she said she wanted cauliflower. And as far as for the other vegetable, it could be anything of my choice. She said, DeMarcus, make it how you know to make it, the best. And so what we did for her, we did a ribeye steak. We did steamed cauliflower and steamed broccoli. And so the good thing is I was able to have it fresh whenever she came. Then I also did my caramel glow cake, which I'm not telling y'all the ingredients. Ooh. Because if you really pay attention, you would notice that it's on my Instagram food page. You can go and get the ingredients. But we got the slices of the cake up there. This might be even better one I did last time, but I remember she was one of the first people to try it, and I'll let her tell how she thought it was.
I have had that cake so many times, and I posted pictures of the cake on my Instagram, Precenda Inc. _ because that's how good it was. I was like, I got to tell them about this cake, because everybody always looks for, sort of like, what's good out there that I can have access to.
Right.
So we see a lot of chefs on Instagram, but that doesn't mean you have access to these chefs, right? You might not have access. Right. Some of them, there's one food content creator, Just Blaze. I don't mind throwing his name out there. He does like larger events now. And ironically, he ended up doing the food for my other sister, Kay. Her mom passed. And he had done the food. And that was the first time I had his full menu. But for chefs like you, who you do it for the love of it, but you really are a chef. Like, have I not told you that like a million times?
You have. You have told me that.
Because, you know, you are a chef.
Right.
You know, and you gave me good tips when I was sending you pictures of my little home cook. You know, my little home meals I'd be making. Like, check this out.
And you don't mind too. Yeah.
Yeah. And you give me like, you know, tips like the disaster I had with the mac and cheese. That went down so wrong. It was still good, but you know how you make something and you know you make it better?
Right.
And this time you did not. So anyway, back to you. So here's why I wanted to do this. So, you know, on Instagram, I started seeing all of these men who would like hire a personal chef for his wife's anniversary or birthday or whatever occasion. And I was like, that's really nice. And I said, okay, so I don't have to wait to have a boyfriend so I can have a chef though, right? Like, can I just have that in my life?
Right.
Like, why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Right? So I don't believe in waiting for something to happen or waiting to do something wonderful for myself.
Right.
Or, you know, putting something off. Well, you know, I'll wait until I, you know, no.
Go ahead and do it
like,
now.
And whoever dates me, he's going to see like, yeah, I'm spending money on myself. Ribeye.
You're Precenda here, and she always has dope energy as well too. So we be cracking each other up, and this is the energy that's her 24/7. And the funny thing is, this is like a light version. Like she can really turn it up, and she ain't got a filter.
Oh yeah,
so
I don't.
Some of the things we're gonna talk about today and let her express. I mean, she gonna keep it real. So for y'all tuning in, like, you know, again, this is dope for me. It's my first time really interviewing somebody, so I'm trying something out.
I like it.
And yeah, so we're gonna get to it. So I'm gonna have a few questions for you, and we're gonna like make it very conversational. You can ask me questions if you want to as well.
Okay. Can I just like back up for 1 second and finish the thought about the chef thing, right?
Go ahead.
So the reason why, like when you asked me, you know, if we could do this, and I said, well, we should. Like, why wouldn't we do this, right? I also wanted it to be something to inspire women to not wait to do something wonderful for yourself. You know, I mean, that is how I move. I do something wonderful for myself. So the crown, I got to explain this.
Go ahead. It's your show.
So the crown. So I don't even know when I started this tradition, but one day I just started it one birthday, February 1st. I put a crown on and I wear it for 30 days. Like because one day is not enough to celebrate. You know, you made it through another year.
While you're saying that, I'm going to pull up a picture that means a lot to me for somebody in my life. They had passed away, my grandmother, but I have a picture of her when she was wearing a crown.
Oh, are you serious? You got to pull that up and like put that on camera.
Hold on, let me see. Go ahead, what's your story?
But also, too, I think when you mentioned your grandmother, I think my grandmother was the one that inspired me to like live life to the fullest, no matter what it is. You know, she thought everything was incredible. If she came outside, it was like, so what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to, you know, and she was fantastic. Do you see? That's what please show them that.
Y'all can see it. Hold on. That's my granny right there.
See, grown-ass women, let me tell you something about being grown. Every stage you get to, you've learned a lot more than you did before, right? So people like myself, people like my grandma Mary, and your grandma, what was her name? Eleanor, right? We learned that, you know, you got to celebrate the now. Yep. You can't wait for, well, you know, when I get this number on my social media, when I reach, 1 million views, or if you got 10 people that listen to you, if you got 10 people, that's 10 people that you don't know that thinks what you have to say is valuable. So you have to honor that, If somebody sends me one thing on my post, I always try to answer.
Right.
I always try to answer back. So I have a whole host of, women that always check in with me on Instagram. Some of them have my phone number and they'll call me or they'll text me, So I have a whole host of women on Instagram. Like, we just check in on each other,
Special.
Yeah, it's very special. So there's a whole list of us, There's Hershey Rapper. There is Vanessa Smiles, my main girl. Like, she gave me the gift of an iPad so that I could write my book.
Wow.
Right? Is that not dope? Like, who does that?
Some people don't have one friend.
Who does that? Right?
That's special.
And then I got Chug Mangoes. I love her. I always try to give her the best energy. Even if she likes a post, I'll always say something back to her.
Right.
And then I have International Chef Boba. Boba will hit me up on the gram, but she'll also text me. Then I've got Brown Girl Interrupt. Do you see the list of people I'm just giving you just off the top of my head?
That's amazing.
Right? And all of these women that I just mentioned, we stay connected some way, somehow. And don't let me forget, my girl, Money Making Mimi. Here's when I know I'm going to have a good year.
Mm-hmm.
When there's a birthday gathering for me, when Money Making Mimi shows up, I know it's going to be a good year. Because just the vibe. And she would always show up with a huge bouquet of flowers for my birthday. Like, just, and so COVID made it harder for us to connect face to face. And now we're all trying to get that energy back now. So it was important that they were able to reach out to me on social media just to say, hey, how are you? Are you good?
Right.
Right. Or, just going down every post that the last 10 posts and liking it. Because sometimes that's all the time you have.
Right.
Right? So when I see somebody do that, I'm like, baby, I love you back.
You're being intentional.
That's very intentional. That's very intentional. So, and it's good to have that sort of female energy around you to help you make it through.
Right.
Yeah. So that was why I wanted to have a chef. You don't have to wait to do something lovely for yourself. I wear a crown for 30 days.
I love it.
I wear it to bed the night before my birthday so that when I wake up in the morning, I forget it's there because I know how to sleep like a beauty queen. I'm very that. Okay? But I go in the bathroom, I turn on the light, and I'm like, oh, look how my day is. Yes, I'm a queen.
I love it. As you should.
Yeah.
Every day.
I want all women to do that. I want all women to do that.
Yeah.
So ask me something else.
I love that. So listen, I think that's, for everything that you said, I think that's very important, because when we think about support and people being in our lives, a lot of people, they don't have, outside of maybe family, some people don't even have one person.
No, they don't.
It's hard to also, especially in today's world, trying to find people that are selfless, because if somebody else isn't on top or whatever, or even if they may be going through something, they may fully isolate, and it's like they don't even want to be involved. And I think that what it's showing is that, from your perspective, that there's people out there that are willing to do that. And, a big thing is too, I guarantee what people are hearing is that you also got to make the effort as well. Because some people, that make it one-sided, and that's typically how my experience has been, in the past, with certain friends. It's like, you're doing all this, you're showing all the love, and it's not that you are looking to receive anything back, but there's moments where people expect certain things. You're like, I've been already giving this all the way to you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I've been, showing love. I've been doing everything on my end.
Supporting what you do.
Supporting everything, but you supposedly ain't seen it unless it's one thing that you want. It's not going to be like that.
Right.
Excuse me. So, definitely wanted to add that in there, because I'm just like, it's interesting just how relationships and stuff move. But my first question for you is, so tell everyone who you are, and you talked about it a little bit early on, but tell everyone who you are, where you're from, any fun life details, and what things about you make you feel multifaceted.
Oh, okay.
I know I threw a lot at you, but...
No, you did not. Okay. You did, but like, keep me on track.
Okay.
So
tell about your life, however you want to describe it. It's your biography right here.
Okay.
Your autobiography.
Oh, I like that. Mm-hmm. My video autobiography.
It is.
Oh, you're the first one to ever do this.
It's your story.
Okay, so the thing that made me multifaceted was I knew that I was going to have to try harder in this world. You know, I'm Black, I'm female, I'm handicapped, you know. But I kind of just said, I don't see why I can't do what I want. Like, why? Because nobody told me I couldn't. Right? And my mom, you know, God rest her soul, her birthday was yesterday. So I was her birthday present.
That's special.
Right? I was my mama's birthday present. Yes.
Wow.
But she never, ever told me that I couldn't do something. So I didn't go into life with, and like, oh, like I can't do that. Like, you know, and every time I would do something, there would always be, you know, like a sister that I would engage with. And it was like, I don't know how you do it. Like, I would never like, you know, because what I always wanted to do. And I'm like, you should never say what you always wanted to do.
Do it.
Just do it. So then they would ask me, well, like, how do you do that? Is this going to be so plain and simple? Yeah. It's about to change somebody's life when I say this, right? Leave the house. Is that not the simple, like
simplest thing?
You don't need. That's it. So leave the house.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what you're doing if you're sitting inside, thinking that the only way you can really connect is being on social media. Go outside.
That's it. Because in a city like this, you can do whatever you want to.
You can meet anybody.
Anybody, you can do anything.
There's no telling what can happen when you leave the house. Right? So I started my creative life. I was a singer for many years. I did well. I sang at every venue that I wanted to sing at, because as a singer, you have a list, right? So I wanted to sing at the Cotton Club because that's legendary. I did.
And the Cotton Club is?
Oh, in New York.
Is it like in what borough?
The Cotton Club. So I want some of y'all to do like your history, like on your Black history, and don't say like, because when people say, because Black history is 365 days. Well, you tell me one thing you know about it. Oh, nothing? Okay.
Besides that's the main people that are talked about.
That is weak.
Right.
You've got to know at least something about your history. So the Cotton Club was a legendary club in Harlem back in, like, don't hold me fast to these years, but like the 30s. And they always had these amazing Black entertainers, but Black people weren't allowed to come and enjoy. Well, all of their entertainers were Black. And they got the best of the best, the cream of the crop. You know, they had this whole horde of, you know, the Cotton Club dancers who were incredible, you know, and gorgeous. And none of their families could ever come to see them because they were not allowed to be patrons. They weren't allowed to come there to eat or drink. So that was on my list. I said, oh, I'm definitely going to sing there, just based on the legendary history of it. I'm not missing that mark. Right?
Yeah.
So then, you know, so I, you know, I'm on like 99 mixtapes because like I gained a reputation amongst producers that were trying to get their stuff done.
People can find you, like your music.
Oh, I have no idea where it is, these mixtape boys, because like I would go from one job to the job to the next job to the next job to the next job, right? So here's why I gained that reputation, because I learned how to sing by ear. So I don't need a lot of like, whatever. Okay, where's the lyric sheet? What's the track? That's the verse. That's the hook. Let's get it on. So I never like cost them money because I showed up ready. When I show up and take off my coat and drink my water, that means you need to turn that mic on. We about to do this.
Right.
And I have had a lot of, young Black producers back in the day that actually paid me what I was worth. And I never knew what kind of situation I was going to be in. I never thought, oh, like maybe I should go, like I'm by myself. Like I never ever was afraid, So this one guy was in Brooklyn. I wish I knew where this guy was now. So I show up to his studio and he had turned his closet into a booth. And it was absolutely perfect, right? Mm-hmm. Because the sound quality in there was amazing and he had amazing equipment. This is his apartment.
This is all in Brooklyn.
This was in Brooklyn. I'm saying everywhere though, like all the places. So I get in the closet and I said, this is either going to be a fantastic experience or this man is going to hold me hostage because I'm in a closet, right? So I did 2 quick tracks for him, maybe 3. And in a very short time, and he paid me $150 just to, so that's how that reputation got started, place to place to place. Yeah. And then meanwhile, I was singing in clubs in New York.
And you go in when you get paid and stuff, you just doing it for the love. Like you ain't even expecting anything from it.
Oh, hell no. I was expecting something. I'm singing professionally. Give me some money.
Right.
Nobody is playing that game. But I will say that producers back in the day were a lot more respectful of what your talent is.
Okay.
And it was never a thing where, I don't know, they would, Mm-hmm. And so I'm on a lot of mixtapes. Shout out to Danger Corleone. I don't know where you are, Mr. Griffin. No relation. Mm-hmm. But he reached out to me because he had written this song called She's a Keeper and he wanted a hook. Mm-hmm. And so now when I hear rap artists say like how are you going to write hooks and you're a female? I'm like, how you write hooks for different niggas that's be rapping? Like why is that only relegated to you? Right. I don't get relegated to anything. I do what I say I'm going to do.
As you should. Because the men is the one writing the hooks for some of the women's songs. So why can't the women do it too?
Single ladies, a man wrote that.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So, and that's how I sort of started that career, and I worked a full 9 to 5 while I was doing all of this, right? So I worked from 7 to 3:30. And if I had a gig or I was going to sing that night, I would eat a little dinner, rest a bit, and then I'd go and perform somewhere. Yeah. So I got a chance to perform with a lot of legendary jazz entertainers, which was not really my forte. Mm-hmm.
So Savoy,
Victor,
Savoy.
Well, when I mention these 2 names in the jazz community, they're gonna be like, no, she didn't work with blah blah. So one of them was Victor Bailey. May he rest in peace. Victor Bailey used to live in the building. Mm-hmm. And then I worked with the global icon, Carlos Garnett. He heard me singing in the hallway.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I met Victor because I had gone to this club in the Village to see this singer, Tony Smith, she's on so many tracks that you all know and love. I can't even list, her list is long. And I met Victor there. Mm-hmm. And then one day I ran into him, he lived in the building. So he knew I was a singer. He was like, listen, so I got some things that I'm working on. And he was doing some work for Dawn Lewis, who was on A Different World, because she also sings. Mm-hmm. And so I became her reference singer. Wow. So I did the reference tracks for her. Yeah. And then I sang at the Apollo. Now that was the pinnacle for me.
That's
because
huge.
There are so many people that audition. When you go to audition, it's so many people. Okay, you want to hear the story about that?
Yeah, because you get booed at the Apollo.
That story was incredible.
Yeah.
So
we need to hear the whole thing.
You all don't have outlets like we used to have, where we had to really sing everywhere for everybody to hear us, right? So you learn mistakes. You learn what happens like when your music cuts off, because that happens, right? All the things that could happen. Your voice doesn't feel that great today. Like, how am I going to sound? Like, I'm not, you know. So there used to be this convention in Atlanta every year called Jack the Rapper. And Jack the Rapper, he was a DJ back in the 50s and 60s, and he decided in the 80s to do these like conventions. And he really handled it like a business. So you couldn't just come to the convention. You had to show that you were a serious artist. You had to present your press kit. They had to look over your press kit. You had a fee that you had to pay to attend the convention because it was a 3-day convention.
So we can know, what is a press kit?
So a press kit is your photo, whatever that may be, your bio, and whatever kind of music it is you do. Or if you are looking to be a producer. So singers, rappers, producers. I know a guy that came there and he just stood in the reception area and danced, and he ended up in so many videos. So
like today's version, where they would say like a portfolio.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Yeah. So it's just your press kit. Okay. And everybody should know what a press kit is. So look it up so you can see what it is you're supposed to have in the kit.
Okay.
Right? Because now it's an electronic press kit.
Okay. And this is for like music entertainment.
For anything that you do. But mostly I'm speaking of singers. Okay. Right? So I go to this convention. So at this convention, it would be everybody from every record label would be there. So you had direct access to these people. Like, they're there. Right? And you have your press kits with you. I had 99 of them because I'm like, I'm giving one to everybody I meet. And they would have the most unbelievable shows. I got to see Prince, 3rd row center in the Hilton Ballroom. Because the venue would be a small performance, and it's for the people that paid to come to this convention. And they would have different talks during the day, different, like, people would do seminars on whatever topic you needed to learn about. But we had access to these label heads because they would all come.
Right.
They'd all come. So every day of the convention, like, I'm flitting around just meeting everybody. And I noticed that there was always this older man that was sitting at the bar, and he always seemed to be tickled by my antics, right? Because I was just like, a kid in a candy store. And I'd look up at him, and he'd be smiling and go like that, like wink at me, like. And I'm like, I know, right? I had no idea who this man was. Years later, I'm online with hundreds of people at the Apollo. And I hear somebody say, tell that girl right there to come here. And I'm looking like, who is getting this lucky? And the security guy was like, her. And he was like, yeah, her. And I looked up, and it was the guy, the older man that I saw at Jack the Rapper.
Wow.
So he had security wave me past everybody and take me upstairs. And I'm going to be the 4th or 5th person to sing that day. Right? Now, this is my time.
This one, Apollo is the.
It's always going to be like, so, and this wasn't like, way back in the day. It was pretty current, right? So, and that process still goes like that when you audition. So for him to walk me past hundreds of people and make me like the 4th or 5th person, right? So I've always had fantastic intuition. I got it from my grandmother. Like, she would read a sign in a minute and knew what was happening. So while I'm waiting, I said, somebody's going to sing the same song I'm going to sing. Right? And I had my homeboy with me. And he was like, what are you going to do? I said, you'll see. Right? Sure enough, the girl right before me sang my song. God bless her. She fucked it up so bad that I said, there's no way I'm not going to win. And I know this song like the back of my hand.
Yeah.
So you walk into the room, and there are so many people that are part of this organization, and they're all there to watch you. They're all there to watch you. And so I sing. By the time I got to the hook, they were like, that's it, you're in. I didn't even have to do the whole song.
Wow.
Because I killed it.
Yeah.
And luckily that girl fucked up, so she made it really good for me.
Right.
Again, but that's what comes from being able to perform live. You see what happens. You see where you are weak. You see your strength. Mm-hmm. You see what you need to really beef up on, you know? So I was ready, you know? Plus doing all them 99 mixtapes.
Got you ready.
And everybody's music was different. So I always on my toes, never know, you know?
It's a lot of singing.
Yeah. You know? And I'm working a full-time job still because the hustle is real.
Right.
The hustle is real. You're going to do it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I said, I'm not going to be one of those people that's going to invite everybody I know because you have not authentically made it at the Apollo. If you had to fill the audience with people that know and love you, do you want to know if you're good or not?
Yeah.
Like, you want to know if you're good or not.
Right.
And so I invited 4 people because I wanted it to be genuine. I wanted the Apollo audience to genuinely root for me. So I invited 4 people.
And we know how tough they can be. It's not an easy crowd.
You know what it is? I can explain the Apollo crowd. First of all, we're New Yorkers. No, let me back up. First of all, we're Black. Okay? Second, like, we're New Yorkers. With Black audiences, you know, whenever I would sing anywhere, you know, they would always admire the fact that I had the courage to do it because, like, damn, like, she's handicapped. She can get up here, like, and put her whole self out there like that, you know.
That's an additional thing because even just going up there, people won't even do it, and they have all the
and they have nothing. They got arms and legs that work perfectly, but here I am. I show up, you know, and Black audiences, like Black people, like this would always like root for me automatically. The next moment, though, is the one that matters. Because the next moment is, but this bitch better be able to sing because ain't nobody putting up with this.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
So when you get up in front of them, you know you better be good. You know, they don't care. Like, okay, girl, you handicapped. We love you for it. You know, great.
They came to see a show.
Now, you know, perform. And so I did. And it was the best feeling ever. Like, even though I knew I won, because I can tell when I left, nobody wanted to look at me because they knew I won.
Yeah.
But what they didn't get was I got genuine applause. I got genuine applause on the greatest stage in the world. People come from around the world to sing on that stage. And then the best thing that ever happened, I'm the only amateur with my name on the wall backstage. So there's a wall backstage where every performer that has ever performed there, like since the beginning of time, like it's a wall full, Muddy Waters, all of these people, all the rappers that ever came. Oh, because that night, Busta Rhymes and his crew, they were there. So they stood backstage and watched my performance as well.
Wow.
So when I came off stage and they were like, you know, like, damn, girl, I was like, I even moved them. Like, I got this, like, you know, and it wasn't about winning. It was about proving that I could do it. So I got genuine applause and my name is on the wall right under Al Green.
Right. Wow. That's
Oh, let me throw in. So if you decide that you were going to audition at the Apollo and you pass that phase, this is when it is like wonderful that like you have sang everywhere, so you know. They only give you one run through of your song with the band. One run through. So the band, the most incredible band ever, like Ray Chu and the crew, those brothers there. But you get one run through, which means that the second they start playing that song, you have to know when you're timing to get the first words out. Because you only get one shot. Yeah. And if you don't have your timing down, you ain't gonna do good.
Yeah.
So now I'm on the wall at the Apollo. I proved that I could do it.
It's huge.
I proved that and I got the receipts, baby.
That's an amazing
My sister took pictures. I got the receipts.
It was an outstanding. I mean, when you think about that accomplishment, I mean, that's something where, I mean, people that have been in the industry, people that may have, platinum records or whatever, that they don't even get that opportunity. I mean, how does that even feel to this day, just knowing that, like, you've had that level of success on that level? Or does it feel like anything to you?
It's still the biggest deal of my life. Like, one of the biggest things that ever, like, because as soon as I knew I could sing, that was my goal. I was like, as soon as I get good enough, I'm going to sing at the Apollo. I'm going to sing on that stage, because you haven't really proven yourself until you have sung there, and all the other contestants, they had like school buses full of their family members and friends. Girl, you have not really, you haven't learned if you're good. You haven't learned if you're good. Right. Of course, this is your family cheering for you. Of course. Right. One of my dearest friends, I had already agreed to sing at her wedding, but I had not met her husband. So she was one of the people that came that night. Mm-hmm. And that performance was how she said to her husband, so this is the girl who's going to sing at our wedding. What do you think, honey? I'm like, and she tells me this later. I'm like, this was the time you thought, to show your husband this is our wedding singer. She was like, no, because I've seen you before. I knew you could do it. Yeah. And he was like, she's going to cost us a lot of money, right? Because I was great.
You was like that, yeah. As the newer generation, you was like that.
I was like that. Yeah. So that was my foray, into that. And then I got the opportunity to sing back up for a Warner Brothers artist, Lachey. Okay. So when I say this name, all the rappers are like, no, seriously? So Master Ace was the producer. Master Ace was one of the Crooklyn Dodgers. Huge rap group. And if you mention Master Ace's name, people go bananas. So Marshall Mathers thanked Master Ace first when he won his Grammy. So that's who Master Ace is. Legend. So I get the opportunity to, do backup on her project. And again, because I sing by ear, I don't cost him a lot of money because I got it. Yeah. So that opportunity was amazing. Wow. To be in a room like that and in a studio like that, where some of the greatest entertainers have come there, from R&B to hip hop to, neo soul, they've all recorded at this studio, and you could go in there on any given day and you don't even know who's there. Right.
And that's right here in Brooklyn.
No, that was in Manhattan. I told you I go everywhere.
Yeah, you be.
I'm on it like that.
You get around the city for real.
Yeah, I get around. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of times I would.
She is mobile.
Go to places, if you hired me, so what's the address? So one time I, get hired to do this project in Harlem. So here I am going through the projects, right? I'm like, well, this is what it is. Here we go. Yeah. I'm from Brooklyn, born and raised, so I got this, But I do know it's a different world when you go into the projects because nobody knows you, right? So, I've always known how to navigate in any space, right? So one thing I always knew about Black people is, if you can sing, you're going to get a pass. Mm-hmm. So walking through the projects, I would just start singing out loud. Because sometimes I'd be coming out of there at 12 midnight. Sometimes I'd be going in at 12 midnight, and I just started singing, and then everybody got to know me. They're like, yeah, that girl, she's like that. That's how she come all the time, So it became that kind of thing. And that's what I would do, That's what I would do. So I would go anywhere at any time, mm-hmm. So sometimes I hear myself and I'm I'll hear old school tape and I'm like, that's me. Mm-hmm. I had a friend recently, he found a track that I had done for somebody. Because he heard the voice and he was like, I know that's P.
Yeah.
So he sends this to me. He texted it to me. He was like, this is you. I found it.
That's incredible.
I didn't even know it was still out there like that.
Yeah.
So, I had a lot of opportunities to sing for a lot of different people, And for a while, I was really disappointed that dream didn't fully realize. And here was the lesson that I learned. So I get this opportunity to sing at Miami's winter conference. And the winter conference was a huge deal. That's like somebody, you getting the opportunity to sing at the Grammys, because this is their biggest event. And at this event, all of the label heads come to this. So it was my sister, Nene, who got me this gig. Mm-hmm. And so Sony was interested in me. So this was the first time that I had performed for an audience this huge. And I never look at the audience before I go on. And that night I made the mistake of doing that. I looked. And I saw how many people, all the lyrics went out of my head right then and there. And I'm like, shit. And so I turned to my sister and I was like, Nene, so what's the lyrics? And she was like, what? I said, I can't remember any of the lyrics. She was like, bitch, what? I'm like, okay, girl, boy. So so she asked her boyfriend, go back to the house, get the lyric sheet, and bring it back to me moments before I have to go on. Right? So, she was one of the biggest DJs in Miami. So I have to tell you the story about this song because it's insane. Every story about my life, where my musical life, my creative life is concerned, it's always some kind of psychotic. I don't know what. I don't even know how you're going to edit this shit because it's going to be this crazy. This shit's about to get nuts.
Yeah.
So, because my sister was the biggest jock in South Beach on the #1 station, these European producers reached out to her and said, but we think it would be great for you to have a song. And so we would love it if you would do our song. Now, my sister, this is how we raised. She said, sure. My sister can't sing. But that didn't bother her when she said yes.
Right.
So the day before she's supposed to go in the studio, she calls me at work and she said, Pookie, I need you to get on a plane tonight and come to Miami. And I'm like, girl, why? Is this going to be some kind of party or something? Because I don't have time for that. I could be really doing a lot of things. She was like, no, okay, let me tell you what happened. She said, now just follow me on this and don't get mad. I'm like, so she said, I told these producers that I could sing. And they wrote this song for me. And I have to go in the studio tomorrow. So I'm going to need you to get on a plane. And I'm like, so how's this working out? I'm just going to show up?
Right.
And that's how that's going to go. She said, yeah. And I was like, she's nuts. Now I got to do it because we're both crazy. Right? So I couldn't get a flight until the next day. Her and her friend Barbara, hey, Barbara Stevens, because girl, you were a huge part of this. Right? So I get in the back. She's always got some kind of dope ass sports car, the kind of sports cars men drive, right? Because she pedaled to the metal. She learned how to drive in the South. You know how to go.
In Miami, that's a different game too.
Yeah, no, and it's real.
It's all about the luxury out there.
Oh no, and she was always giving you but she always loved a luxury car. She was just like that.
Lamborghini,
she was always like that.
Yeah.
She always had the most amazing Jaguar. And it was always the one that the men drove, that heavy, hard to the floor shit, crazy.
With the front grille, the shine.
All of it. She was all of it. When she pulled up, she pulled up. So I get in the back seat. Barbara is there in the passenger seat. And she said, we got to go to the studio right now. I said, bitch, I don't know the song. She was like, I got the music right here. Barbara's going to hold the lyric sheet. And then you see the lyrics. You know what to do, Pookie. What are we doing?
Right.
I was like, y'all are nuts. So we're riding down the highway, right? Barbara's holding up the lyric sheet. Every 2 minutes, she got to tap the light in the ceiling because the light goes out, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to learn this song. The light's going out. The lyric sheet is shaky. Barbara's laughing. And now my sister and her, they start laughing. I'm like, I got to sing this song in what? Like how we going to get there in like 20 minutes, right? Yeah. Can everybody pull it together? Mm-hmm. Her response was, Pookie, you know what to do. Don't even, I'm like, oh my God. And Barbara's high, so she crazy. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just ride this out. Because the worst they can say is no. Right. So we pull up, we go into the studio. She says to the producer, PJ and Toga, shout out to them, this is my sister and she going to be the one to sing. And she pushed me in front of the mic. So I put on the headset. They played the music. I did the track. I did the whole thing that day. I came back the next day to do the background vocals. Done deal. Wow. Done deal. So then so I guess by the time I got the gig for the winter conference, they had all heard the song because then that's when the song started playing on the radio. And it went out all through the southern part of the states, like Florida, and then you're the country, in the South, yeah, right? And so the first time you hear yourself on the radio, that moment, nothing matches it. I just threw myself on the hood of the car. I literally, because I'm hanging out with Barbara now, right? She turns it way up. I'm in the store. She's out in front of the store screaming, bitch, get out here. You're on the radio. I don't even remember what we were trying to buy. I was like, what? And I hear myself. So I threw myself on the hood of the car. I didn't know what else to do because I don't know what you do when you hear yourself on the radio. Yeah. So then I get the winter conference. Now enter all of these label heads. So Sony was the main one that was looking at me. Now this is my third try with Sony. Just to show you that no matter how hard you work, you might not get what you want, right? So even though they saw me, I performed that entire weekend because that's what you do when you do the conference. You can get booked from show to show to show. And the reason it was a no was because they didn't know what to do with me. They were like, well, how are audiences going to respond to her? I'm like, bitch, you just saw me sing all weekend.
Right. You know exactly
on how. All the stages, you saw the reaction. Yeah. And I'm comfortable on stage and I'm good with, and people, really do respond, And so by the time I finished that weekend series of the winter conference, I had fans that followed me from club to club. And Sony still was like, but we don't know what to do with her. But it still didn't stop my flow because I was still singing everywhere in New York. Mm-hmm. I was still doing my thing. Yeah. Because no doesn't rock my world. If you tell me no, I'm like, all right, that's a no for you, but you're going to be sorry one day. Yeah, so back to me.
Exactly. Somebody going to give you that opportunity.
Somebody is going to say yes. Right. Somebody's going to say yes, because then it was after that Master Ace and Lachey had me do the background work on her project. So that you can hear. So if you look up Lachey, okay, you can hear your girl doing backup.
You put this on the phone.
And so, every little thing that I did, I got a better opportunity. And the key to it is just don't stop. As soon as I don't know what to do next, I'm like, time to go outside. Yeah. Time to go outside. Yeah. Go outside.
Find something.
You don't know what can happen. Well, look, the project that I just did, right? So I got a chance to be in a movie. I mean, I've been in a lot of movies, right? All right, all the children gag when I say this. Well, yes, I was in Belly. They're like,
That's crazy.
Ain't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Okay, wait, this is nuts.
That's a legend.
It was this very day my birthday that I did my first movie, which was Belly, and I did it on my birthday at Justin's, a club that my sister and I used to go to after work almost every Friday. Mm-hmm. And I just remember standing there saying, this is incredible that on my birthday, I'm doing my first movie in a spot I come to all the time.
Right.
And, you know, when you're not a featured, you know, actor in a, you know, in a piece, a movie, whatever, you know, you don't get a lot of royal treatment, but you know that's how the game goes. So you keep your hustle on. Right. And I have such good memories of DMX because they had me waiting, you know, because one of the scenes I was in, you know, you shoot and then they, you know, look at it and then you have to like reshoot and you have to reshoot. And so they had me waiting in this area like you wouldn't see this where this is if you were in Justin's, but like, you know, and so it was freezing cold there. And I'm shivering and I'm trying to stay warm. I'm stamping my feet because I know I gotta like get this scene right. Mm. And this guy comes up to me and he was like, "Baby, you all right?" I said, "I am freezing." He was like, "I can't believe they got you waiting out here in the cold." And so we have this whole conversation. And he's worried about me, mm-hmm. you know, and like really leaned into like worried about the fact that I'm really cold. Yeah. And I said, "Well, baby, don't even worry about me. It's just the nature of the hustle and I got it. Like I got it." And then later is when I found out that that was DMX.
Wow.
Later I found out that that was DMX.
I don't think that's a legendary moment.
Like that.
Too. I mean, Belly is one of the most known, most respected black hip-hop not black movies ever. Right. Hip-hop movie, style movie. And then DMX is one of some people's greatest of all time. I mean, that's...
No, he is the GOAT. He's one of the GOATs.
I mean, for New York, I mean, the way people was coming out for his funeral, I mean...
Listen, the fact that they still use his music to sell cars, catch up, like, you know.
And it was universal. the white people loved it.
Love DMX.
All the other countries.
And I just have the best memory of The Sweetest Man, you know. So when all the stories came out, I'm like, that wasn't my experience.
And a lot of people talk about how nice of a person
he was. Incredibly sweet. For him to be concerned about, you know, an actress that nobody knows. And it's my first movie. I wasn't even calling myself an actress because I'm like, girl, you ain't really, this is the first time you did this. You're not really an actress. You just here today. Try to learn. Just stay focused and try to learn because it was my first movie, you know. And again, no matter how disappointed I was that my singing career wasn't doing what I wanted it to do, that opportunity spiked. People hired me for movie after movie after movie, just based on that one experience. So I was in The Best Man. There was another one. What was the one where they did blackface? It was a Spike Lee movie. Oh, please find it because I have been dying to tell this story. I got to put this down because this story, and it's a short story, but it's my favorite story. So they sent me the paperwork for this particular movie because Bamboozle. So you had to agree in writing that, you know, you did not have a problem doing blackface. So I said, well, it's
Spike. You can sit next to you too.
No, I'm not putting it on your velveteen couch.
I'll put it in the
manners. Nobody does that.
I'll put it in aluminum and everything.
Yes, throw this in for because I'm gonna really get into that. Okay. And then I'm gonna have cake later too. What?
Listen, we got you together.
This is a good birthday.
Come on now. I told you I was gonna get you together. By all means.
You were not kidding.
Come on now.
Would you help me get a sip of my water?
Absolutely.
You're awesome. Do you know you are such a gentleman?
Gotta make sure I look out.
I'm telling you, any woman that wants you, I'm gonna have to look that bitch over.
Hey,
and if I see one thing wrong,
I don't play too.
I'm gonna give her a chance with a side eye.
Listen, I need you to do that. Here's the thing too. I don't play. So the thing is,
I like that.
some of them, they'll say, oh, okay, the Marcus is a nice guy, gentleman lies. And two, I think a lot of times, and I want to get back to you, a lot of times the thing for me is when you try to bring that when you move with that authenticity and you're not with following the crowds, just as how you said in regards to when it comes to like artistry, sometimes people don't get popularized because they got followers, people around them. So you could be the one that's to yourself, the multifaceted person, as I say, like on an island by yourself, and you ain't gonna get the love because you ain't trying to.
Exactly.
And that's what makes it. So for me, when it comes to, I've felt like dating and things like that, I could be in a room and I'm a type of person where a lot of people will show me love and then they'll feel my presence whenever I'm not there. Some people, they come in, they want to tell everybody who they are, all this type of stuff. And I feel that sometimes when it comes to the dating aspect, some women can look at that because they focus on what type of guy's coming into the room, proving who he is, and that's when you get the type of guy that's quote unquote says he got the money or whatever. Yeah. And I'm coming in being who I am, and you know what happens? Oh, I didn't know that the Marcus had this side to him. Because I ain't trying to leave with that. You get to know me, it is what it is, That
was one of our 2-hour sidewalk conversations one day. We had a long talk about that.
We did.
You did. And please put a pin in that because I got to say a couple of things to these brothers out here. So put a pin in that.
And we're gonna have to add that in there too. We're gonna have the talk today about men and women today, especially black men and women. And then when it comes to as far as dating, both sides on things that people need to do better because there's a lot of bullshit out here.
I mean, and I'll be honest, shout out to Vanessa Smiles and the Smile 69 Network because we did a lot of honest talking about, different topics relating to sex. And we didn't just talk about, sex, but sex is an important component to life because everybody has sex if you lucky.
Yeah.
Or sex if you by yourself. I don't judge.
Listen, everybody.
However you float, Yeah. But one thing about that is I got an opportunity because it was my job as, the more mature person on the panel to say, okay, now here's where you are wrong about this and here's why. Like I just don't tell somebody they're wrong. I'm going to say, here's why this is wrong. This is why. This is why the outcome happened. Or I say to sisters, you say that you want a man in your life. Okay, so let me explain to you why you did not get what you wanted.
You got to be 6 foot nowadays, 6 foot.
If they don't stop that. First of all, I'm 5 feet and I'm really not. I just like to say I am. I'm not. I'm so under 5 feet. But when I say 5, it makes me feel tall. But I'm not. What I look like having a height restriction, I'm shorter than everybody. So, and like I've dated some wonderful black men and not all of them were 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
One of them, he was actually considered like short, but he was about his business. He was on his game and he treated me like a queen.
Yeah.
So while you focused on how tall, and every woman, Lord, black women, help me, Jesus.
Talk to him.
Y'all keep describing the same nigga. They can't be that many of them out there like that.
Yeah, that don't.
You got to adjust. And I'm not saying to, not have your requirements.
Right.
But height is one of those things where I'm like, we don't really need to focus on that. Like, take that off the table. Now,
because even sometimes, I say this, as a taller guy, I've dated women that were shorter.
Right.
But there are things that you even deal with if a woman is shorter because...
Oh, never thought about that. Like what?
For instance, if I need to get something out of a tall cabinet, she can't get to it.
She can't get nothing.
She got to stand on a stool or stand on something.
She can't get nothing.
There. If I need...
we can't help you in no kind of way.
Yeah, it's tough. So the thing is...
Here's my number one job.
You said what now?
This is my number one job, right? Because I've dated men that were, tall. Like, because how tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
6'2". One of my boyfriends, he was 6'4". Right. My one job was to hold the flashlight camera so he can see what it is he's trying to do. I can't help you. I'm short, which means my arms are short. I can't do none of that.
Yeah.
But if you need flashlight, what we doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm here for that.
Right.
I'm here for nothing else. I'm not even 5 feet tall. What am I doing? I can be supportive.
Listen.
Are you thirsty?
Right.
Like, I made some iced tea.
Go into the fridge and get that.
I'll give you some iced tea. What are we doing?
Yeah.
I'm going to make you a sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you a sandwich. When you're done, I'm going to make you a sandwich.
Because that's the thing, too. If a woman's going to look at me for the help, I need help, too.
Exactly.
I can't just do everything because I'm tall.
Well, that's why I said I do the thing that I know that I can do. Right. I'm going to make you a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have you a cold beverage. Mm-hmm. It's all going to be ready when you're done because I can't assist in any of whatever this heavy lifting is. And if I could just keep it real, like in the South, we are not here for that. We don't do heavy lifting. That's why we have men.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what men...
If you see a woman holding something that's heavy, or just even in general, how you feel is, I'm going to go help her out.
Of course.
And when you're going to help her out, she's going to do her work to be able to say, okay, she's going to the car. I got the door for you. I need to call somebody. She's also doing her part, not just saying, hey, the man's going to take it. He's going to do all the stuff too.
Exactly. So, I think that, I have really good experiences with men across the board. Mm-hmm. But black men in particular, because I'm in the scooter, I can't open the door for myself. Mm-hmm. I have never once, ever had a black man open a door for me when I was in need. Never, not once.
Wow.
Or I'll be riding down the block. You know me, how I move. Mm-hmm. And a brother will pull up, be like, sister, you all right? Mm-hmm. You need my help with something? Mm-hmm. All right, now, because if you do, I'm always out here,
And for y'all too, this is dating experiences as well.
Yes.
And that's something we got to touch on, not to cut you, but we got to talk about, you're a woman that's handicapped. Mm-hmm. You're willing to talk to the guys. You're willing to have conversations. They're wanting you, these guys over 6 foot and everything. But you have and we can even, you can say it for the men and women, you have where people are like, but, I can't, this person ain't attracted to me, or, I don't know about this and that. Or they'll say, terrible people, that they would say not piss in the pool, people ain't shit. But you've been able to get results, and you're a handicapped woman. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So can you talk
I went to a party one time. Go ahead, finish your thought, because.
So can you talk to and talk your shit about how you're able to get the results that you get, but you have people that can move and operate without any complications, but then they complain and feeling miserable and everything else.
So here's the thing. All of us right now, especially after COVID happened, it shut down so much, and we had to try to pick up our lives again and move like life was normal, even though it still wasn't, and in a way it still isn't. So we expect that everybody we see has it together, and that everything is fine for them emotionally. As women, we like beautifying ourselves because it makes us feel good and it takes our mind off of things. We forget that Black men have their own struggles. And, I tell sisters all the time, the only reason I know as much about what Black men think is because they tell me. They tell me. Yep. Like how you and I talk on the sidewalk. Yep. I've met plenty of brothers, and sometimes it'll start out like he feeling me, and I'm letting him feel me. Mm-hmm. Let me see what's up. Yeah. But by the time we get into it, now he just realized he just met a friend because he just told me what was really going on. Mm. And I learned this from one of the brothers, and this was the most disturbing thing to me. So he said, I don't even look at Black women anymore. And I said, well, do you mean when you see them on the street, you don't look at them, you're not attracted, you only, date white women? And he said, no, literally, I don't look at them when I'm on the street. He was like, I avert my eyes. He said, because, if you look at them, you get the angriest reaction. And he said, and I'm not the only brother that feels this way. A lot of Black men feel this way. And I said to myself, that is the saddest thing that I've ever heard in my life. But I have to see if it's true. Right? Because I also started noticing that Black men were starting to have like a lot of malaise and low-grade depression. And we forget that we lost a lot of young Black actors to suicide. You know, the thing that went the most public, Twitch. Like, I watched that entire season of So You Think You Can Dance because I had never seen anything like this man.
Yeah. Talented.
A crazy Twitch boss is still, like, he's still in my feed because I still like looking at him.
Yeah.
You know, and what he turned that whole empire into.
Yeah.
And I started listening to Black men who talk to me about what's really wrong and what's really happening and what's really making them depressed. And I'm like, they're depressed. Like, it's depression that's going through the Black male community that is anybody looking? So I said, let me see if it's true that Black men don't even look at you anymore. Now, this was hard for me. This was hard for me because, you know, I speak to everybody. And especially when I speak to Black men, I always smile.
Right.
So I said, I'm going to do this for a week just so I can see if this is true. First of all, it's hard for me not to look at Black people and acknowledge them. That was first.
Right.
Second was, how am I going to keep my face from doing what my face does when I see my people? Like, this is me all day.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
It is.
Hey, baby. That's what I really do.
Even if she's mid-conversation, she's going to say hi.
I'm saying hi, like, to the babies, to the dogs, men, women, you know, like, it don't even matter. So I lasted 4 days because I couldn't do it for a week.
Wow.
It almost killed me.
Yeah.
But I did learn. He was right. Every Black man that passed me, like, made sure he didn't look at me. And that's not an experience that I'm used to or have ever had. And I said, oh my God, this man is right. Okay, so now what do? We know this now, right? And so that's when I found out that, you know, because Black men, the reaction that they get from women just from saying hello, you know.
Yeah.
And then further proof, there's a older Black man in the neighborhood. He's definitely an elder of mine. So he's definitely an elder of yours. And he's worked in the hospitality industry in one of the biggest hotels in Manhattan. And he is he's the male version of me. If I was an old Black man, that's who I would be. He is exuberant about life, loves all of life. He is outside for it. Like, and just like me, everybody knows him.
Yeah.
I got to stop and wait 5 minutes because somebody's going to talk to him for 5 minutes. So I'm outside with him for like 4 hours, no shit.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, like, you know, with, you know, young women, you know, they don't feel that they're beautiful. I said, why do you say that? He said, because I say good morning to them. He said, now I am married like 45 years. I love my wife. That's what I'm going home to. He said, but if I see you and I say, hi, beautiful. And he said, one day he said this to this young sister. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, right? He going to the train station. She going to the train station, like, you know. And so he said, hi, beautiful, because she looked beautiful that day.
Yeah.
And she said, what's so beautiful about it? Whoa.
Sheesh.
Now, when you encounter a sister and she says something that negative but doesn't have a response to you just saying good morning, and we're not talking about the guys that like lean in for good morning and then here's some more.
Right.
Not that brother.
Right.
Nobody wants to talk to you. Like, seriously, you're the reason women have stopped talking to men. Like, you're it.
Yeah. Because
you won't stop.
Right.
And we've clearly asked you to.
Right.
I'm lucky I'm on wheels. I just pull off mid-sentence. I'm out. I can't hang out for this. I got a lot to do. My list is always full. Yeah. And I'm not hanging out for this moment.
Right.
Okay? So, I see you standing around every day in the same spot every day doing whatever you're doing every day. We can't move together.
You ain't got no goals.
I'm on my way to do something.
You ain't got no goals. No
You're not. You ain't grocery shopping. You ain't got to pick up nothing for the kids. Like, you have nothing to do. Right. You ain't got to go to the bargain store to get like bleach and paper towels and whatnots. You ain't got to go to the meat market. You ain't got to get like no vegetables. Like you ain't got none of that to do. Yeah. None of it. She don't want to talk to you, baby.
Right. But you got what I say. You ain't got no sauce.
But I still say good evening to them because that's a human being.
Right.
So if they say hello to me, even that dude. Now he knows I'm gonna pull off on him because I've done it before. He tries every day. There's like 3 of them that try every day. I appreciate them. They know I'm gonna pull off on them, right? But bro, that's why you still in that spot because you do the same old game.
How funny is it when you go past a guy like that and you curve him, and then there's a guy that's maybe younger, and he actually got some sauce to him. He knows how to talk that talk. How do you just look at the guy that's older and you see this younger guy? Like, what's just happening in your mind? You're like, what did he miss? Like, what are you thinking in that moment?
Okay, you know what? Well, okay, all I can speak to is like my experience. So younger men love me. They just love me. Like
we do.
Y'all just love me. Like, and so it's just like that.
We feel love.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? And so, there's that energy, and they want to engage with a woman that makes them feel that way.
Right.
Feel that way, right? And even if it's just for a moment, even if I just stop and let them go ahead and give me the full 15-minute game,
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to feel like they matter.
Yeah, that's a word.
They just want to feel like they matter. That's the only reason why, brothers are trying to get you to notice them or talk to them. That's why even the raggedy ones that just, you ain't really, but I'm still going to say hi. I'm still going to say hi. I'm still going to say, how you doing? Because everybody wants to matter. Right. And we forget that. And we think that Black men don't need that.
Yeah.
But they do. Because they really need to feel like they matter. On the flip side of that, Black women need to feel like they matter because how long ago did Malcolm X say it? The Black woman is the most disrespected.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
So we carry a lot of weight. The weight we carry still exists.
Yeah.
We carry a lot of weight. And most women have had, men that were not sincere. And, once somebody breaks your heart is just broken.
Yep.
You're broken now.
Right.
And if she's had, this one that broke her heart, and then she gave another one a chance and he left her with 2 kids, now her heart is further broken,